So long, NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Hello, NASCAR FedEx Freight Truck Series. We'll get into a potential change for the title sponsor of the Truck Series. NASCAR released the 2027 schedules on Wednesday. We already know most of the Cup Series schedule, but there were some changes to the O'Reilly and Truck Series schedules, which we'll get into that. And RCR announced that Chandler Smith and Carson Brown have joined the team starting in 2027. Welcome back to Break Hard. I'm Matt. I'm headed off to Daytona tomorrow, so hey, be down there for the races on Friday night and Saturday night. So if you're in the area, say hello. I'll be walking around. I'll be down on pit road, just checking everything out. But let's get into the news of the day, because there will be a title sponsor change for the NASCAR Truck Series in 2027. Craftsman will not be back as the title sponsor for the Truck Series next season. They returned to the Truck Series in 2023, and while it was great to have them back for 4 seasons, the resurrection, well, it's now complete. It's time to go back into the cave and roll the rock back in front of it, and maybe we'll see them again some years down the line. But it does sound like, according to Jordan Bianchi from The Athletic, that NASCAR has a new title sponsor for the Truck Series, that being FedEx Freight, which is certainly a big name for them to get to be the title sponsor of essentially their third series, a series that desperately deserves more attention than it currently gets. So getting FedEx Freight to be the title sponsor, hell yeah, that's fantastic. Maybe we should absolutely have the FedEx Freight truck pace the field in Daytona. If that doesn't happen, I'm going to riot. Not really. Don't actually take that serious. The NASCAR offices in Daytona and Charlotte, not going to be that upset about it, but it definitely would be a great activation if they could do it. Now, FedEx Freight was spun off from FedEx. That was a year ago, 2 years ago. I guess it doesn't really matter. Semantics at this point. So, seeing them come and be a part of, sponsorship is certainly a good thing. And it's great for the sport because FedEx is a wildly recognizable name. Obviously, they were on Denny Hamlin's car for a number of years before dialing back all of their sponsorship. It also sounds like they're getting out of the golf sponsorship. They're, readjusting their spin. But being the title sponsor for the Truck Series is, one, cheaper than probably being the title, definitely cheaper than being a full season sponsor in the NASCAR Cup Series. And it's great for them because guess what delivers everything for FedEx Freight? Trucks. Guess what the Truck Series drives? You guessed it, trucks. So I think this is a great sponsorship for both sides. For NASCAR, it allows them to bring a big name in and put a big name on the Truck Series. Like I said, a series that desperately needs more attention. For FedEx, it allows them to be the sponsor of the Truck Series. They drive trucks, everything that goes in with that. And NASCAR fans are wildly loyal. I'm not going to say that FedEx traditionally is about a day late on any of their deliveries. If it says it's going to be here on Monday, you can bank on it being on Tuesday. I'm not going to say that because that would just be ill-timed. But I'm happy that they're coming into the sport. That's definitely a good thing. It's good for the health of NASCAR. It's good for the health of the Truck Series. And they're going to have a pretty diverse schedule for 2027. Speaking of schedules, NASCAR released all 3 Series 2027 schedules on Wednesday. And before we get into it, there's no Road America. There's no Rockingham on any of these schedules. I know people love to ask about those. They're just not there. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. If NASCAR wanted to be in Road America, they would be. There's some other things that are going on with that. And Rockingham, of course, right now, nobody's touching that as it appears to be radioactive. So we'll all tread with caution around that for the time being. Does sound like Track Enterprises maybe wants to get something done over there, or hopefully somebody wants to be a buyer in that situation because it's a great facility and we really should get it back on the schedule for 2028. But for the most part, we know what the 2027 NASCAR Cup Series schedule is going to look like because we've seen the dates trickle out over the last couple of days. We're going to start off with the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series though, because they have 3 date changes from 2026 to 2027. Gone is Rockingham, the Kansas Spring Race, as well as the Atlanta Summer Race. Moving into their spots will be North Wilkesboro, a return to Richmond, and the Kansas Fall Race. But it also means there will be no standalone NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series races for the 2027 season, which is a big time disappointment. The O'Reilly Series used to be, a different schedule than the Cup Series. Now it's essentially the NASCAR Cup Series Light. And I get it, right? From the TV network standpoint, from a financial standpoint, and from a pit crew standpoint, having everybody in the same place, the same weekend, definitely is beneficial. But I feel like it takes away some of the identity of the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. It was great seeing them go to some of the smaller racetracks, going to a place like Memphis, way back in the day going to a place like Nazareth or even Myrtle Beach, or it just feels like along the way they've lost some of their identity. I mean, hell, even when they had a standalone Kentucky Speedway date, it still felt important that they were not at the NASCAR Cup Series, date that weekend. So yeah, I would like to see them have some more of those in 2028, or at the very least just like one or two, but I guess we'll wait and see what that schedule is going to look like for next year. On the Truck Series side of things, the NASCAR, presumably FedEx Freight Truck Series, actually has a pretty diverse schedule for next year. Obviously, we know that they're returning to St. Pete. That's awesome. They're not making the trip out to Coronado, but there will be 4 date changes for that series for next year from 2026 to 2027. Gone is Rockingham, Coronado, Dover, and Richmond. Those will not return to the schedule. Honestly, Rockingham was a big-time disappointment. Not making these teams travel all the way out to Coronado, that just is financially smart there. And then not going back to Dover or Richmond, I guess for if you're at those racetracks for the weekend, that's kind of a bummer because it takes away, if you're a big Truck Series fan. But I don't know if either race was super great this year. Obviously, Caden Honeycutt laid it on them at Richmond, but those will not return. Instead, moving into their place will be Bowman Gray Stadium, Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, Kansas Spring, and the annual trip to Pocono. Now, I don't know if the trucks necessarily need to be at Pocono. I don't know if anybody's really clamoring to see the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series at Pocono. That just felt like, we got to put another date in here, and that's where they decided to go, which is somewhat disappointing. The trucks at Bowman Gray Stadium is going to be absolutely crazy. That's going to be August 20th, I believe, the same weekend as the Cup and O'Reilly Series are at Gateway. I'm going to go to that race. I'm absolutely going to go to that race. I'm going to buy tickets. I realize they're on sale. I have to purchase those because that is going to be a banger of a race, and I'm super excited to see how that is all going to play out. Obviously, they're not going to be able to run a full truck field there with 36 trucks, so they're going to have to do some sort of heat races, kind of like they did at Eldora a few years ago. The trucks going back to Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, super welcome. I think everybody's into that. Those are the final 2 races of the regular season. So the regular season ends with potentially some absolute craziness. Actually, I think 4 of the final 5 races are like Bristol, IRP, Bowman Gray Stadium, and Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. So that could be pretty crazy, all things considered. And not making them go out to Coronado, like I said, I think that just makes total sense there. Obviously, with the NASCAR Cup Series, we know pretty much all the dates already. We know that the season's going to get started off with the Clash back at Daytona. Sounds like that might only be just for this year, for 2027. Sorry, we're still in 2026 here. Season's going to start with Daytona 500. We know the July 4th race is at Iowa. We know Coronado's returning in August 1st. NASCAR just had to re-enlist for another year there. The re-enlistment bonus was just too good. Now they're going to go out and buy some used car like a Challenger F-250 at an absolutely insane interest rate. Honestly, their options are endless there, but it is cool to see it come back. And also, they will move to a different military base in 2028, which I think is really, really interesting, and I'm super curious to see where they're going to go, and I hope it's to a market that is currently underserved, whether that be Pacific Northwest or the Colorado area, someplace like that. I do have a few ideas in mind where I would love to see them go. But it sounds like they want to move that race around to different military bases. Not getting political here. We don't discuss politics here. I'm just saying this statement here, I would be interested to see if this continues in 2029, because there will be an administration change, whether it, remains one way that it currently is or a different way. I don't know. I don't care. I'm just curious if that will continue to be an annual event like that. Let's not get into a political discussion in the comments there, just out of curiosity, just absolutely curious about it. So we also know that, Bristol moves back to its annual August date. New Hampshire into the Chase next year, a late September date. Might be chilly, but I'm going to be there. Went, obviously, last weekend, had a great time, already planning the return. And then we know the season is going to end at Homestead once again. So all in all, I think the schedules are good. I'd like to see maybe some change up for the 2028 season, 2029. It sounds like NASCAR is planning to continue to try to innovate the schedule. I don't want to see them get stuck, kind of the same way that they did through much of the 2000s and into the 2010s, where the schedule really never changed all that much, because having a schedule that changes is healthy. Putting some races and some key dates or certain parts of the calendar, yeah, absolutely on board with that. I completely understand it. But at the same time, it's cool to see NASCAR go to different markets and different tracks or build different tracks. That's all things that we need to absolutely continue to do there. So for now, that's what the schedule looks like. We'll have to wait and see what the 28 schedule is going to look like when we get into next year. Also on Wednesday, Richard Childress Racing announced their 2027 NASCAR Rally Auto Parts Series lineup because they will have a completely new lineup as Austin Hill moves up full-time to the NASCAR Cup Series, driving the 33 car on what is a 1+1 deal there. And of course, Jesse Love is going to move over to the Wood Brothers next year, replacing Josh Berry, who still deserves to be in the Cup Series. Now, replacing them in the O'Reilly Series, you have Carson Brown taking over the number 2 car at RCR, and Chandler Smith moving from Front Row Motorsports in the Truck Series side of things to take over the number 21 car in the NASCAR Rally Auto Parts Series. Honestly, I think this is, if you're going to have a completely new lineup, this is a pretty decent lineup. Chandler Smith is a veteran at this point. He's been around long enough. He's been in the Truck Series, the O'Reilly Series, the Truck Series, and now the O'Reilly Series again. And the kid has won in multiple times in both series. I think he's got 4 wins right now currently with the Front Row Motorsports team over the last 2 years. He had 3 wins in the O'Reilly Series. Like, the kid can win, especially on a flat short track. He's very good at that. Now moving over to RCR, they're putting him in a good spot. Like, we know those cars traditionally have speed. They've gone to victory lane this year with Austin Hill. And Chandler's a guy that can probably get a lot out of that. And I feel like Chandler is going to fit in personality-wise over at RCR pretty well. Carson Brown, on the other hand, he's going to be an 18-year-old rookie who obviously made one O'Reilly start earlier this year at Iowa. Pretty decent result there, all things considered. I'm curious to see how he pans out. The kid's driven a lot of things. Like, he's been in a lot of different race cars. He's been very good in a late model. So very good when he's run those races with PRG in the ARCA series. So curious to see how he performs in the NASCAR Rally Auto Parts Series. He's 18, so he's going to make mistakes. It's going to be a learning curve. Not every 18-year-old comes into the sport kind of like what Ty Gibbs did, or even Joey Logano, or, sometimes you have a bit of a struggle, sort of how Brent Cruz has entered the sport this year. So we'll see how Carson Brown plays out, but I think it's a pretty solid lineup. You got a veteran that can help sort of mentor, which is crazy because Chandler's really not that old, but he's going to mentor an 18-year-old. And I think that's a solid lineup for RCR for next year. So let me know in the comments what you think about FedEx Freight potentially, probably taking over as a title sponsor for the NASCAR Truck Series. What are your thoughts on the 2027 schedules for all 3 series and the RCR O'Reilly Series lineup for next year? Like and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on TikTok at BreakHard, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at BreakHardBlog.